Hi, I am Vikramjit. Today we are going to see local LLM on MacBook Pro M5 Qwen 3.6. Are local LLM better than Claude? Before we dive into today's content, make sure to hit that subscribe button for more exciting videos like this. I'm dropping new content every week, covering everything from AI programming to my personal vlogs. If you enjoy this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Let's get started.
So I have already downloaded LM Studio. Later on this video, I will show you how you can download it and from where you can download it. So this is the interface of LM Studio. You can see I have already tested, a few models. I have downloaded GPT-OSS, Qwen 3.6, 27B and 35B. Okay, now you can see there is MLX, right? MLX is basically made for Apple. All right, now you can download the models from here. It's very easy to download. You can see I have already selected MLX. I was testing with the MLX models, and there is GGUF models. Okay, you can take the most liked models or most downloaded models from here. You can see Qwen, Gemma, and GPT-OS are the first. All right, now if you select any models, you can see from drop down list out here like which to download, which you can download in your machine. Like it will give you a partial offload, which is this very large model you should not download. So from here you can configure your models which you have downloaded. Now you can see these configurations you can do for each models. Let's check out Qwen 3.6 35B. So it's mixture of expert models. You can see the context length you can give. You can see GPU offload, like how much of the model you want to offload in the GPU. Then there are a number of expert. Okay, so you can choose how many experts you want to run in the model, and there is KV cache optimization. So this is something very new. It actually optimize your model to give you best results, okay, the faster results specifically. So let's load the LLM models. So first we will try this Qwen 3.6 35B A3B. All right, and before that, let me start the activity monitor. You can see how much RAM it's consuming, how much swap memory we will use, and the cache data, everything. Okay, so there are 32 GB physical memory. You can see right now. Let's load the model first. Okay, the model is loading. It will take a little bit of time, and you can see right now how much physical memory will increase immediately in activity monitor. So let's see. Yep, it's started to increase. You can see the memory used is getting increased like to 29 GB. So we have 32 GB of unified memory. Let's say hi, the simplest prompt ever. Let's see what it gives. So as you can see, it's pretty fast, right? So it's pretty fast. It's just given the context, it's given the answer pretty fast, and you can see the token is also around 40 tokens. 38 40 tokens. You can see the uses of the GPU of the unified memory. We are not using any swap yet. So let's give it a new prompt. Okay, so what can you do? You can see it's again using too much of memory, and the lines are showing yellow now from green, which is bad. Now you can see it is pretty fast. It's like working super fast right now. It's very workable. It's a thinking model, so it takes a little bit of time to think, and you see the answers are here. It can what it can do for me. As again, you can see the tokens are now 32 tokens per second, which is pretty good. Now let us see if we can increase the tokens per second a little bit. Okay, let us go to the model configuration again. Now we can offload a little bit of expert, like 2 experts, and we can use 6 experts right now, which is actually good also. It's not that bad, and you can see the activity monitor is again rising. The model has been loaded. We can start with a new chat. All right, let's start with a new chat. Let's say hi again. Yep, it started thinking, and the prompt is processing. It's done. So we got 32.53, like, which is 33 tokens per second. Let us offload this. Yeah, you can see the memory users. Now, I was doing some testing earlier. Okay, let me go ahead and delete those files. Here I can show you. Okay, I was getting 40 tokens per second on first run, right? And so yeah, so let's check this out. Yeah, here we can see there is 42 tokens per seconds I was getting on this same model. Now let us check out Qwen 27B. So this is a dense model. Okay, this is not a mixture of experts model. This is a dense model. You can choose your context length from there. So let's crop it down. Now let us use KV cache, because as a dense model it will be pretty slow. I can tell you now. Now GPU of load is full. Uh, let's load this model. Yeah, so it's taking a little bit of time to load. Yeah, this is a 17 GB to 18 GB model, but it's when it loads it uses around 30 GB because of KB cache and context and so on. So no, it's not 30 GB, it's 25 GB. Yeah, 24 GB. It depends on the context. Like if you give 32,000 context, it will take uh, around 30 GB space. If you make the context smaller, then it will take less space. Now you can see it's thinking. It's a thinking model. It's taking a little bit of time to give you the results, and you can see the token output is around 6, 5, 7 tokens per second. Yeah, because this is a dense model, it takes time, because all the experts which are there, they all works all together. So I was telling you that it takes memory according to the context length, right? So let's increase the context length to 30 to 33,000. Let's turn off the KV cache optimization. Now we'll see how much memory it will use. So let's load the model again. Okay, so yep, so you can see the model is loading. Now you can see the memory usage is up to 28 GB. And let us say hi again. Let's see how much time it takes to reply. So I did some fast forward and this is the result. So it took around 43 seconds to give you the reply, and yeah, the tokens is 5 to 6 tokens per second. Now let us test GPT-OSS by OpenAI. This is the most used model in the world. Most of the developers use this model. We can turn on quantization, we can turn on KV cache, but yeah, we do not have to, because it's as a fast model. It's a reasoning model. You can see it's a reasoning model. It's not a thinking vision model. It's a reasoning model. Let's start chatting with it. It's taking a little bit time to load. Okay, it's loaded, and there you go. Super fast. So here's the answer. It's like 37 tokens per second, which is pretty fast. Let us give some medium reasoning. Let ask what can you do, and it's thinking. Still fast. It's still fast. You can see it's a very good model. Okay, so most of the developers around the world use this model, and still you can see the tokens are pretty good. So as we know, this model is the most used model by developers. So let's make a website. So let's make a website about solar system. Let's see how much time it takes and how good it is. So as it is working till now, let us open VS Code and create a folder where we'll be putting this code and testing this code. Okay, let's create a folder named solar system. Create. So we have opened the folder named solar system, and it's done. Now let's copy everything. Okay, we have three different pages. So one is index.html. So let's copy index.html. Here, create a new page. Let's copy the code of index.html. Yeah, done. Save. Now, new page, new file. We have to create one more file for CSS, style.css. Come on, come on. Yeah, copy. Now, creating a new file, style.css. Let's copy all the codes from there and paste it here. Save. And there is one more file which is there, which is script.js. So this is a JavaScript file. So yeah, new file, copy code, yeah, paste, save. Okay, so I think the website is done. So let's minimize the VS Code, open the folder and open the website. It's open. Yeah, so this is the solar system GPT-OSS created. Yeah, okay, this is Mars. Yeah, it's pretty simple, nothing much out there. I'm pretty confused right now, but still, yeah. So now let us use Claude Sonnet 4.6 and let's try to make it better. Yeah, that's it. So Copilot takes a little bit of time to do the work. Till then, let me show you where you can download LM Studio. So you can just go to your browser, type lmstudio.ai, and you can see the website out here. Yeah, I will give the link in the description. Now you can download for your Mac or your Windows, but I would always suggest take the GUI version. All right, there's nothing exceptionally more you can do on CLI and GUI. GUI gives you more to see, to understand. Okay, easier to use, and you can download VS Code from just a search. It's just a search away. Yeah, this is the official VS Code download page. You can download for your Mac, Windows, or Linux, whichever you prefer. Just click on download. Okay, let's show you how you can download Ollama too, because it's important for the next video. So we will use Ollama or LM Studio on VS Code and other IDE to code directly like Copilot chat. Ollama is very easy to download too. You can use local models, or you can use some cloud models which are hosted on Ollama, paying some extra money, but I would suggest go for the local models only. Oh, it's still working, so it takes a little bit of time, but yes, the result which you will get will be far more better than local LLM model, GPT-OSS specifically. Let's give it more time. So after around 40 minutes, it's done. Look at the animation. It's looking so good. Okay. Now it's so better. Okay, if you click on the planets, it gives you information too. Nice. Nice. See, it's a pretty good job. Okay, so that's it for today's video. If you like it, please subscribe, like, and share. And very importantly, this is the first video. This is a testing video, so next video will be better. Yeah. Bye.